What's going on, everyone? It's Justin here, and today I've got an unboxing of the brand new 2024 MacBook Air with an M3 processor. So after last year's redesign of the MacBook Air, it has quickly become my favorite laptop. But with the redesign of the entire MacBook lineup over the past few years, I really think Apple has absolutely nailed it. And so if you've waited past the first generation of the redesign of the M2 MacBook Air, then this is probably your time to upgrade, because compared to the M1 processor, it is about a 60% improvement in terms of its speed. And from the M2 to the M3, it's going to be a more minor improvement, but that is why it is a spec update as opposed to something that is announced at a full-on keynote. So today we're going to go ahead and unbox it, and if you guys want to see me do a review of this MacBook Air and talk about the improvements in terms of speed, how the battery life is after spending about 6 months with the previous generation, as well as the size comparison of which one you should get. I've had experience with both, so let's just go ahead and get started. So the one that I have in front of me is in Starlight. This is the 15-inch model. And what is interesting about the M3 is that it has the same power essentially on paper as the M3 base MacBook Pro, which is offered in the redesigned body for the first time with that updated chip. The advantages of the MacBook Pro include having the thermals being a little bit better because of the dedicated fan, but if you're not really going to be pushing it to its absolute max all the time, then going with a MacBook Air nowadays, I think is a really solid option. And as I said, it's been my go-to. So just lifting the box open here, we are first greeted with the MacBook itself, of course. And aside from that, you also have a little power brick. That actually has dual ports, but it is a 35-watt power brick, and you can use it with like some of the higher wattages as well to get faster charging, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But has like the hidden prong, has the two little ports here so you can charge your iPhone at the same time, and the MagSafe. The matching MagSafe, in this case, it is white. And I mean, I love the return of MagSafe. Having the option of MagSafe as well as using USB Type-C Thunderbolt to charge your MacBook is really nice, because oftentimes I do leave my MagSafe at home, but there's the cable, nothing really new there. But even though it is really nice that Apple has included the 35-watt power brick, I also want to give a huge thanks to the sponsor of this video, Nomad, because they actually have a lot of great charger selections as well. And in this case, this charger right here is the largest one in Nomad's family of chargers, and it features the 130 watts. The ProCharge power philosophy when charging two devices reroutes 100 watts of power to your MacBook, iPad, or iPhone, and another 30 watts to another device. And with all three ports in use, it routes 70 watts to the top, 30 to the middle and the bottom, which is really solid. I would say a majority of the products that I have usually use about 30 watts of maximum charge. And when it comes to like the MacBook, that is where it is drawing 70 and sometimes 100 watts to be able to give you the fastest charging speed possible. And that is why with a total output of 130 watts, you really are maximizing your charging capability. And with gallium nitride technology, that intelligently ensures that your devices are getting the maximum charge speed while also remaining safe and preventing overheating and damage to the battery in the short and long term. Nomad also has some great cables, and this right here is their Kevlar wrapped cable. It is a universal USB-C cable that also has an attachment that gives you USB-A and micro USB capability. And even though micro USB shouldn't be a thing nowadays, it is still nice to have. I just love the different range of chargers that Nomad has provided, and we've been using them for so many months now, and it's been an essential of my everyday carry and my travel bag. So when it comes to combining the Nomad charger with the Kevlar cable, you really have the ultimate combination to keep all of your tech products fully charged as quickly as possible. Back to the MacBook though, setting the box aside here, let's just do the best part that really doesn't get old, and that is taking off the paper material in what used to be plastic. And I've got to say, I've had a really tough time deciding between the 13-inch and the 15-inch MacBook Air because of the form factor. The 15-inch MacBook Air is just really nice to be able to bring around, have a large screen, and if you're in like photo editing, or you just like to have a lot of different tabs and windows open, from a productivity standpoint, it is a really excellent option. But at the same time, I really enjoy having the portability of the 13-inch MacBook Air, making it the most portable MacBook that they have available. We're just gonna go ahead and start it up. And in terms of some of the other specs and performance, it is still an up to 18-hour battery life on video playback. The screen is also really good on the MacBook Air, even though it is a little bit dimmer than what you get on the MacBook Pro. It still looks really solid, and generally speaking, if you're primarily using your MacBook indoors, it is definitely bright enough. And in some cases, as long as it isn't too bright outdoors, you're not gonna have any issues. But what I love about it is just the pure speed, battery life, and portability, and I found that the battery life was always better on my MacBook Air. And another change is that it is actually able to support 2 external displays now compared to 1, but the M3 chip features an 8-core CPU, 10-core GPU, 16-core neural engine, and as I mentioned, it is 60% faster than the M1 MacBook Air and up to 13 times faster than the fastest Intel-based MacBook Air if you've been waiting all this time to upgrade to Apple Silicon. You can also spec it up to 24 gigabytes of unified memory and 2 terabytes of storage. The MacBook Air 13-inch still starts at $1,100, whereas the 15-inch starts at $1,300, and it's available in Starlight, Silver, Space Gray, and Midnight. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and as always, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one.